How the U.S. government is wanting to block any kind of encryption on mobile messaging, so WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Snapchat, any kind of.
I don't even know where to begin with the level of stupidity involved in such a thing. Like the idea of blocking or encryption is just fundamentally ludicrous. It is likely something that wouldn't pass, and yeah, I don't know. To me, it's one of those things where people get deeply concerned about personal anonymity and privacy, which I thoroughly support. But when you turn around and go, oh, well, the U.S. government is spying on us. Well, not really, because they don't have to. And that way they can do it completely legally, is that, it's the Five Eyes Agreement. And so what ends up happening is we spy on Canadian citizens and Australians and British, and then they'll spy on America.
They share all of that.
Right, so that the, Central Security Services or the NSA or whoever didn't violate, 14th Amendment. They didn't, spy on us. They were just shared information from a foreign government who spied on us. And then they spy on Canadians and then give that information to Canada. Yeah, so there's... On one hand, it's like... It's a clusterfuck that's been ongoing since the 70s, not to inherently excuse it and say, oh, well, But on the other hand, I don't know that it would make a significant difference in domestic intelligence operations, whether or not our shit was encrypted or not.
And it's amazing how the politicians are assuming that, oh, well, since Facebook or WhatsApp, they make the app, there's inherently a way for them just to go.
Right. Yeah.
It's no longer encrypted. Like, it's not how that works, especially if it's a system like there's regular Facebook Messenger, and then there's the private one that you have to specifically turn on.
Right.
And it generates unique encryption keys between the two devices. It doesn't share.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, it's ludicrous because you have basically fundamentally what the average age of a senator is like 60, trying to legislate technology that is...
Did you...
I mean...
Did you see when Zuckerberg went before Congress? No, not Zuckerberg. It was... I think it was Zuckerberg. No, it was the Google CEO.
Oh, okay.
And the senator was trying to understand how his granddaughter was seeing terrible things about him, and why Google was deliberately showing her that content. Like, her directly. And the CEO's sitting there like... Well, what Android? Oh no, this was like an iPad. Well, sir, that's Apple. You need to talk to Apple about that. We're Google. I'm like,
yeah. Legislation of technology is such a it's an absolute clusterfuck. Whereas personally, I think there should be some levels of legislative oversight towards some avenues of technology. You know, mostly because I'm one of those tin hat wearing motherfuckers terrified of AI. But
what's collectible, what's not.
You know, some of that, legislation insofar as, collectible data, shareable data, the right to anonymity. But on the same, some
or
of it is
non-right
so,
to anonymity in some cases.
It's, I don't know. It's currently just an absolute, just fucking mess. I mean, your average person, even your, average nerdy person who's a little bit into technology, couldn't tell you how half of it works, And then you got, some dude who still thinks that cutting edge technology is a vacuum tube, trying to legislate policies regarding. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.